That did. Okay, there we go. Davins, you implying something? Oh no. This is not a good sign. Are we gonna get into fight and chat? Damn it, where are my mods? Okay, I don't think that's a good idea for you to go in just because of... No, not you. You stay back. You move in there. I think that's probably the best move. So we've surrounded the Yanks up. The Dominion sees Alaska. Non-aggression pact with Puerto Rico. Okay. We'll come back for you one day, buddy, but... San Juan Convention. We'll see what happens. Because this is a whole new thing with Puerto Rico, so I don't know how it's going to go. I think they need 55% support in order to actually stay, and it looks like that's probably not going to happen. If I understand the events rightly. Oh, I'm implying all the things. Ooh. Davinsky isn't fucking around. Boys. Ooh, here come our militias. Okay, we'll send them to the Western Front. Ooh. Puerto Rico and the PSA have signed a peace agreement. Charles Lindbergh has arranged a meeting between Huey Long and a number of leading industrialists, including Henry Ford, Fred Koch, and H.L. Hunt. These men are inclined to close their factories and refineries within the South to comply with orders from the federal government. However, they are instead persuaded by Lindbergh to stick up for Huey Long and move their business empires into the American Union state on a few conditions. That's supposed to... I'll send Alpha Storm Productions. Ooh. Well, I mean, I could use some more volunteers if you boys both want to come over. We asked that Huey Long guarantee some sort of political exception on them in these dire economic times, as well as a promise of political office once the war is won. If Long agrees to our demands, it will give him greater influence, and many of his supporters will wonder if he plans on betraying his ideals. However, refusing in such a time may prove costly. God damn it. We're not betraying our ideals, god damn it. We're not gonna fall to the corruption and the greed that ruined America in the first place. God damn, he really is the Great Depression Bernie Sanders. We got some encirclements going that are nice and spiffy. We're moving in to take Virginia, Tennessee, doing decently well in Missouri and Kansas, maybe New Mexico too. All right, we can raise some more militias too. I think let's move against really the federal front. That's really all we got. And then we'll do it by the biggest number. So it looks like South Texas has some more guys. So let's go with South Texas. Symbolism spread to the Philippines. The fine Filipinos. Watch out east of Virginia. Right. And I gotta... Wait, they got rid of the naval crossing here, it looks like. I remember that used to be a problem because we used to tear in for Norfolk, but it looks like they got rid of that. Mosley Reform Plan. There we go. We got some good old boys. Okay, split these guys. Half of you will go with cotton. And then all I've got to say is this is some intense game of Risk. That's a fact. It is intense, I'll give them that. This is some pretty intense shit. Got some encirclements going. Many thanks, Brazil. We got a focus we gotta select now. We could do an Air Force, Navy. I'm more worried about the Army. Let's do firearms manufacturers. Small arms industry is in dire need of reform. In spirit of a national emergency, independent contractors continue to waste money researching civilian firearms. Restriction on big game hunting later, and some manufacturers are beginning to focus on military arms. See, this is something Americans can unite about with. This shit is intense. We're gonna take out some. Naj has capitulated. Uh-oh. One of the more unusual well-wishers to visit Huey Long is an eccentric but passionate man named William Dudley Pelley. Pelley is the leader of an all-white legionnaires political and religious social club called the Silver Legion. His membership size is moderate, but his enthusiasm for Huey Long's ideals is unsettlingly enthusiastic. Pelley has come with a request for money to take on an evangelicalistic and patriotic tour of America to gather supporters for the American Union State. This proposal would imply to Huey's followers that he supports the fledgling Christian identity movement, which clashes with his personal distaste for the political ideology of Klansmen and Prohibitionists. How are we going to respond? Fuck. I mean, you know what? Pelley gives me the fucking creeps, let's be real. I guess I should explain real quick for the people at home. For the people who don't know what's going on in the stream. Cynicalist, we don't give, who cares about the dirty Cindy's? There are three, I think I said this already, there are three paths that the Union State can go down after the war. They can either go the longest route, which is basically a kind of flawed authoritarian democracy, but still a democracy to some degree. They can go with the business plot, where a bunch of business tycoons and just business type people overthrow the government and basically make America a corporate estate. Or there is probably the most cursed of them all, the Silver Legion plan, where Dudley Pelley, who in our actual timeline, was a member of the KKK. I think he might have been a Grand Wizard or one of those weird, wacky fucking names that they have, and basically set up a fucking theocracy that discriminates horribly against black people. And they don't say it because you can't bring it up in a Hearts of Iron 4 mod, or else Paradox, I think Paradox stopped supporting it. And I think, what else? Steam might even take it down, possibly. But there might be some genocide going on. So, look at Louisiana. So obviously, those are some pretty cursed paths. I don't really want to go down either. As much as, you know, Inscription Crisis, Stardom Restored, as memey as it can be to say, let's go down the worst case scenario, there's just some limits, you know? There are some limits I just gotta stop. But yeah. Romania's joined the Belgrade Pact. There we go. Savoyard Crisis restored. Ooh, can we get an encirclement going? Because that would be very nice. Ooh, they might actually... You hold them down. There we go. Firearms manufacturers. I think that gives us another factory. We'll give that to support equipment. We should probably... Remember we used to get some stuff that let us trade for resources, but I don't think so now. So I think let's trade for some steel. It's gonna take a lot away, but I think we need it. Split 3 divisions. Shit, they're already... Okay, we'll get those guys split up. Just as long as you're not a rash. A rashid theocracy? It might have been autocorrect. I'm gonna guess you meant to say fascist. Industrial concerns. Let's do this. Private enterprise has become an undeniable part of our military industry. It's time we drop contracts and see what they can do for us. Alright. Get these guys going in. We'll get working on some garrison divisions in case we try to do a naval invasion on us. We'll go with Alabama. We'll get the militiamen there. Racist, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking either you're meant to say racist or fascist. I wasn't sure which. Either. Both kind of work. Like. So yeah. Both make sense in context. Research slot available. What else do we want to do? Engineering. Introduction, I don't care about that. Artillery, it's too early to really do anything there. Could go a little early and go for improved infantry equipment. I agree. Yeah, there we go. See, we're all coming together and uniting over a shared hate of fascist. Alright, we already got war economy and extensive conscription. Are we still mobilizing men? Yeah, it looks like we still are, so... We're still getting some men. Uh-oh. So that means we're going to lose the one volunteer we have from Brazil. Because they're going to be busy dealing with the, spy agency, right. I'll be honest, I haven't played that much with, whatchamacallit. With the new La Resistance features, no one, no thing on earth, no living thing, Minneapolis government, let's dismantle our police department. Did they say they were actually doing that? Oh, I didn't pay much attention to that story. I thought they were saying they were looking to, I might be mistaken, I don't know. I thought they were saying they were reallocating resources. I don't know. Support from longest. Ooh. Rebels fighting for the Union cause elsewhere in the United States have made contact with our government offering an array of scavenged supplies. Okay, political power. We get some... We're going to get either a lot or a lot more political power and some extra guns too. Which I am totally down for. Yeah, I feel like you're taking that up. I don't know. And honestly, I don't think this is a place to get political. So if... Right now. So if you guys could try to avoid it, I'd appreciate it. What do we want? Combine arms effort. Let's just police force with a different name. Loyalists rise in Pennsylvania. Support for the federal government remains strong even in St. Louis heartland of Pennsylvania, and this is finally been proven as a band of loyalist militias, reportedly organized in the city of Philadelphia, rose up in the hills in the central parts of the state, claiming the region once more for federal control. Whether they will achieve that goal and open a new front in the Civil War remains to be seen. I'll stop. Thank you, buddy. Okay, what do we want to do? I think an industrial Actually... Let's go infantry equipment manufacturer. Alright. Oh no! Our general guy has been wounded. So we're starting to get into Shy City. Well, not Chicago, but Illinois, which most people only really know for Chicago anyway, so... Greater Chicago. We're pushing into Greater Chicago. Support for Democratic proponents in the Pacific government have been strong in the American Midwest, with several protests on the streets frequently, many of whom appear to be placing blame for the Civil War squarely on the shoulders of General MacArthur. These protests have recently become more organized and have culminated in a widespread uprising across Colorado. You should focus effort in West, but you normally have less forces. That's probably a good idea. A nuisance at best. Whether these rebels will succeed remains to be seen. They don't have any troops actually. That's probably a good idea. Alright, we can get more militiamen. Let's get some good old boys from Oklahoma. The classic musical. Do I want to risk these guys and possibly risk a naval invasion? How's our navy looking anyway? Let's try to get them all to merge into Miami real quick. Got some stuff going, some good old guns, equipment. Canada is supporting the Pacific government. Well, that's not good for us. Let's go... I don't know, I'm garbage with Navy, so I don't really know which way to go, one way or the other. We'll go with Richardson. And we'll just... We'll patrol. Are we gonna win this? I can't. It looks like maybe we won it. I don't know. We don't have control. I know that much. No, you'd think after all the Hoi 4 that I've played and all the Let's Plays I've done for it that I'd actually know how elements of a game work, but apparently not. And we'll move into the west. That's probably a pretty good idea. It's a line. Oh, alright. We already got the offensive line going. Wait, no. That was a... I'm silly. Oh, Germany's getting rid of their... Lend-Lease. That's not nice of them. Reverse War Plan White. Good old... Pull a sneaky on them. Let's go logistic management expertise. During the interwar, Mosley was put as an assistant to General Dawes in the Bureau of Budget, and that's taught him quite a lot about logistical placement priority. This knowledge shall prove invaluable for us as our forces are stretched thin and our supplies are severely limited. There we go. Well, Pacific States is getting, let's see, they got volunteers from, just Japan, but they also have the, support of Dominion. But we'll see if they actually send volunteers or not. Russia's sending volunteers to America. Germany has them to us. The CSA has all the dirty cities. And Mexico. But we'll pay them back in time. Maybe. What are they going? Did they go... They want Sochdem. But it's with Cindy-flavored Sochdem, so technically we still have to go after them. Send them to the Western Front. Wait, which one are you? Alright, Alpha Storm. I guess you're being called to serve on the front. Let's send this guy in here just to take all of Kansas. Get rid of that border gore. Lots of people being injured, and that's not nice. We're kind of getting beat back in, a little bit in this front, but that's only one area. Mozambique Bush War. I think more motorized will be a good plan, good ploy. I think we went Grand Battle Plan, right? Let me just check and make sure. Yeah, it looks like Grand Battle Plan, so we'll go with it. That's not that dramatic of a reduction, actually. I'll just research it raw. 90 days isn't that. 100 military experience for 60. Just a 30-day reduction. That's not the best. Let's get Dispersed Industry 2. Get that going. And they're starting to push back on this front, which is just not nice at all. Oh, we have an excess of steel right now, actually, so we can focus on getting other stuff. I think tungsten is a good idea. We'll go with Burma. That looks like a very Cindy flag for Burma to have. It is. Did it say the Kingdom of Burma? Yeah, it says the Kingdom of Burma. But, it says right here they're the Union, so I don't know what's up with that.